What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven. You guys are watching the Foul Air Gun channel. Welcome back to the channel, and want to show everybody a little project I've been working on here, and actually for many years in the works. That doesn't mean I've been working on it for many years. I just have been fiddling with it off and on for probably the past 3 years, I believe, 2 or 3 years. So this is however, the Webley Nemesis CO2 22 caliber air pistol, and this had right here on the front, where there is now a micro manometer, where you would be able to insert your 12-gram CO2 cartridge in the front there. It had a little cap on the end to puncture it, and to be quite honest with you, it was terribly underpowered. 22 caliber, I think with 14 grain crossman premieres, I was getting right at like 320 feet per second averaging. So, and only getting like one magazine, and then really the entire cartridge was just dumped so much air that it was just realistically not great for shot count or anything. Now that could just be my pistol, but I'll just tell you from personal experience, I've had 3 of these now, and it seems pretty average over all 3 of them. So what did I decide to do? Well, if you maybe are familiar with this, maybe you're not, inside there is a steel sleeve here that you would insert the 12-gram CO2 capsulette inside of, and I actually just turned simply that steel tube inside of there, that steel cylinder, into an air cylinder. It's now fitted with a micro manometer there on the end, and has my 1/8 quick disconnect here right on the bottom under that little plug. Now I know it's, you know, obviously not the most sightly thing ever. If I was able to 3D print, I'd have something nice 3D printed that just, you know, clipped right onto the bottom to kind of fill that little gap up there. I think that'd be the best way to go with it. However, today I just want to give you a quick little show on it. And yeah, I got the Donnie FL tattoo here on the end, help keeping us quiet out there. And I got a little, I think this is like a knockoff RMR or something, Tragicon clone of some type. Little eBay purchase, like $30 or something, but it's still a really fantastic red dot sight. So today we're going to be shooting red dot sight. We're going to be shooting silenced. I may do a couple shots at the end of the video with it on, with it off, so you can hear the difference. Maybe we'll throw that in there. And just going to kind of show you what I got going on. So aired up to just a hair over 2100 psi. So this thing is spicy. It will go higher. I got a little cage that I stick all my air guns in, and I you know, give them time to settle overnight safely in the cage, see if they're going to hold air, if they're going to blow up on me or what have you. And I have aired these things up, I believe, to 2500 max was where I was at last time, but I don't know. I'm getting some pretty good performance out of this right now. So again, like I was saying, this is a side lever little bolt action style pistol here, and it comes with a really interesting double-sided indexing magazine here. So you know, essentially it just slides in here, and then you would just be able to go and, you know, do all your shooting on one side. It's a 6 shot on one side. It's 12 shot total in 22 caliber, so 6 on one side and 6 on the other side there. And then when your one side is empty there, you can just take it and turn it around and simply just flip it over and get to shooting. So I think that's a really neat little magazine feature that they got going on. It also comes with a single shot tray, and I have kind of toyed around with that a little bit. However, this is the reason why I purchased this pistol. The other reason why I purchased this pistol, it is pretty much entirely composite. It's all polymer. It's plastic. It's all a bunch of plastic and very minimal bit of steel. I don't even think there's really any aluminum in here. I think it's all steel pretty much, minus some aluminum I have in there now. But so it's super ideal for going out into the weather and things like that. And also it's a very, very, very slim pistol here, and it feels really great. It grips very nice in my hand. I'm a smaller person, so for me that just grips really nice. Obviously it's a much larger frame pistol, probably something closer to like 1911, but you know, it's still really manageable, even with the can on the end there. The moderator keeps it nice and quiet, and it's still short. I mean, it's really short, and it's really light. It does have right here at the bottom the tool originally used to be able to pierce your cartridge here. Your CO2 does open up, so kind of cool that you can actually store your magazine up in here. And sometimes I get this backwards, but I believe this is the way it goes in here. And you can actually just store your magazine right in the pistol grip there. So you know, if you don't want to worry about losing your magazine, that's really cool. Anyways, I seen this pistol years ago, and I was super excited about it. because I just wanted something that was a little bit different than like the Crosman 2240, and something to plink around that was, you know, like I said, has this plastic build on it. It has a threaded barrel on it, so I mean, you know, it's super cool. It's a Webley, you know, pretty crafty stuff. So, you know, ever since it came out, I just wanted to get it and I wanted to shoot it. So I don't want to keep talking a whole bunch too much and fiddling with this thing a million times. Make sure I got everything ready. Let's get right down to the meat and potatoes of today's video. So I'm just going to be shooting right here at 15 yards, and we're going to shoot like 4 different styles of ammunition here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all what we're going to be shooting at, but I'm just going to print you a couple groups first so you can actually see some accuracy. Now it is a little bit windy out here, and we won't call that for much of an excuse, but we'll say that if it turns out the groups aren't as tight as I expect them to be, then we'll just blame it on the wind. Also, we're going to be shooting big old fat heavy daddy 18 grain FX pellets here. Then we're going to step it down a little bit and shoot these Crosman Gold Tip 17.4 grain pellets here. And we're going to step it down a little bit and shoot these 16 grain FX pellets. And then step it down and shoot these JSB. These are Exact Express. These are non-CZ, so just a basic Exact Express. These are 14.35 grains. So it does not really like to shoot the Crosmans very well. I actually just grabbed these as kind of a wild card, and because these actually still shoot fairly well. The Crosman Premier Hollow Points and any of the like Piranhas or anything, they just don't shoot well out of this barrel at all. I've actually ordered a couple of different non-lead pellets. I want to try in this, like I think the Barracuda Green, the Field Target Trophy Green, and the JSB lead-free. Those are also purchased and they're going to be on the way, so I'm going to give those a try. So for future reference, may see some more videos on this, and it may get more accurate. Also, just a side note before we really get into shooting, I have not done a whole lot of tuning in this. So as far as the valve itself, the only thing I've done is a little bit of spring play with it. Nothing as far as porting it out and really, you know, my usual handiwork. So keep in mind, this is like absolutely minimal tuning, and it's just to kind of show you where it can stretch its legs a little bit and just give you an idea of what we're doing. So again, 2100 psi. We're going to shoot us 4 different style pellets, 15 yards. I'm going to turn you right around to it and get to it. Alright guys, check it out. So just 15 yards right here, nothing crazy. I got this little board, and I'm going to change out the paper here, but it'll just, you know, pretty much just be the same thing. We're just going to shoot us a couple graph bars, and then I got a couple little targets out here that we'll plink around with a little bit, just freehand stand up. Won't sit at the bench or anything, you know, because that's just kind of boring. So alright everybody, here we go. So again, we are, come on now, aired up to 2100 psi, maybe just a touch over here. And you're going to be starting out here with these JSB Exact Jumbo Express 14.35 grain pellet. It's 6 shots on one side of the magazine, 6 on the other. It's going to take us from like 2100 to like 1100 psi roughly, you'll see. And that's going to be where I'm going to quit. So I'm going to air up in between all that, so you won't see that part. I'll try not to, you know, aggravate you with all that, but I got this red dot on, got the chronograph right here in front of us, and hopefully we'll catch a few numbers. I'm going to start on that top left of the board, and we'll just work our way over from lightest to heaviest. Well, I ain't shooting anything without a magazine or anything yet. Alright, here we go. First shot. Pretty quiet. We got nothing on the chronograph. Maybe slide us over a little bit more here. Still nothing on the chronograph. It's trying to be a little difficult for us, but since we're here and we're rolling, let's just keep it going. I'll try and see if raising this up a little bit will help us catch anything. Alright, yeah, because it's giving us an error 3, which means we're not getting any light. So here we go, shot number 3. Still another error on that. It's absolutely disappointing. And I should have know better because it's so dark in this gazebo, or underneath of this little area I shoot right here. So it's almost no surprise. Let's see if we can get it now to catch any kind of number. And still getting an error. And I'm going to keep fiddling with this thing until it works, until it gives us something here. try that out. Sometimes resetting it helps, sometimes not. I think we're at shot number 5 here. Still getting the daggone air. Yeah, we have one more shot here. Let's see if we can just make our shot down there. Alright, so the chronograph isn't wanting to hang out with us, but that's not a big deal. We will shoot you some chronograph numbers in a minute. That's what we'll do. Okay, so our chronograph don't want to function with us right this moment, but I will get you those chronograph numbers in this video. And we're just going to go ahead and move on. So again, aired back up 2100 psi roughly. Actually just a hair bit below even. And these are going to be our FX 16 grain pellets. That's going to be our next heaviest grain pellets. It went from a 14.3 now going up to a 16 grain pellet. See how they do. Wind's trying to pick up. You probably notice it out there in the background, moving his trees around a good bit. No big deal. Again, this is 15 yards and just pistol accuracy, so I'm not expecting, you know, some absolute fantastic groups or anything. However, I do want some accuracy at 15 yards. All right. Let me get this aired back up again. Let's shoot our next pellets. Okay, so this next magazine was much more trickier to get loaded up here. These are these Crosman Premier Gold Point pellets here. I'm actually about to lose my little styrofoam insert here. So these are the 17.4 grain pellets, so we've stepped it up 1.5 grains. And yeah, I'm just gonna get right down on. We're just gonna keep on shooting them. This is gonna be bottom left side of our square, bottom left square here. Normally I'd have a camera up down there, but there's no need. I'll just show you when we're done. Uh-oh, see, that didn't index in that magazine at all that time, so that was a blank. Looks like it might have done it that time. That one went a little crazy on me there, but not too bad. Wind's really trying to pick up on me. I believe that was all of them. Alright, get aired back up again, and then go for this last bit of pellets here. Alright, here we go. Aired up yet again. These are going to be our FX 18 grain pellets. So this is going to be the largest size pellet that we're going to shoot out of this pistol here. And I'm just going to go ahead and get it rolling. We're going to be on bottom right square on this target with the 18 grain pellets. Still a nice little thump on them, and they get there pretty quick. And these cycle well in the magazine. Had no issues with these. They're a bit longer, and they are snug in the magazine, but they are they cycle well. All right, there we go. So that'll finish it out for that part, for some accuracy for you all out there. I know some of you all like to see that kind of stuff. I like to see that kind of stuff. And again, here you go. So we just shot from 2100 psi, and I'm not sure if the GoPro's even going to let it focus up on there, but that should be, yeah, right about 11. It's a hair bit over 1100 psi. Really, it'd probably be more like closer to 1200 psi, but that's what we're getting for air usage there from 2100. So Now I want to get this chronograph working, and I want to go ahead and just stand up and do a little bit of shooting around and have a little bit of fun. So I just want to go ahead and just walk down here and grab this so I can come show it to you. Just to give you your accuracy heads up. So first group, second, third, and fourth. Okay, we started with the lightest pellet. So right here is our group, 15 yards. That's probably just a hair over an inch from our farthest spread right there. Now that's with the 14.3 grain pellet. These are our Crossman gold, excuse me. No, these are our FX pellets here. The FX pellet 16 grain pellet. Nice little group, and that's probably right at 3/4 of an inch. So this is 1/2 of an inch right here. So we'll say 4 squares here would be an inch. So yeah, it's under an inch, just under an inch. These are our Crossman those gold tipped ones. And we had 2 that flew down here, but I think this last one was just kind of a flyer, and then I think that very last one was just a huge drop in pressure there, or perhaps they both flew. I don't really know. And then this right here, these were our 18 grain pellets. Most of them kind of wiggled themselves into that little hole. You had 2 small ones drop right out. Either way, under an inch, pretty much all these groups are right there in that inch zone. 15 yards. I think that's pretty cool. Let's shoot some more. Give you a quick little bit of and I wouldn't really call it accuracy from this distance here. This is probably a little more closer to that 11 yards or so right here where we're gonna be standing. Got the chronograph out, and we're gonna be loading up these 16 grain pellets here from FX. These are 16 grain, just a traditional dome style pellet here. And I already have it loaded up, minus just this one I want to load up in here. Just gonna take one, doesn't really matter from where. Just for the people that'll say it could be shot with a lighter pellet or anything. You know, I've had the craziest comments you could ever think of. So 16 grain pellets. And 2100 psi roughly. Let's see, actually we're a little bit lower than 2100 psi, so I kind of boogered up on the fill up, but no big deal. The power does obviously just increase the more air that goes into this thing so far, but I'm going to just yeah, shoot a couple over the chronograph, and hopefully you all can see this, and hopefully we'll actually catch some numbers here. All right, here we go. Let's get our first few shots. I'll start for we'll just go right here for the pig. Got nothing on the chronograph. Let's try this again. See if we can get one out there. There you go. 526 feet per second. .510 feet per second. 490 feet per second. 466 feet per second. 458 feet per second. That's with a 16 grain pellet. Alright, so I figured before we close out, we'll go ahead and do a couple of things. One, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple little shots here at these small targets right here at 15 yards. And then after that, I'll take the silencer off, and we'll do a little comparison with some noise, and we'll just wrap it up from there. Oh, I missed. It was high. There he is. Get him while he's swinging a little bit. No, we're out. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna load up with 14.3 grain pellets. Hopefully we'll get some of this traffic noise to go away. And we're gonna do a little bit of a shoot, just between one and the other. One with the can on, one with it off. And I'll try to get it right here close so everybody can hear it good. Here we go. All right, here we go. Same thing. 14.3 grain pellet. No silencer. There you have it. Alright guys, so there you have it. A little fun out here with my PCP converted Webley Nemesis 22 caliber. And again, just out here having a little bit of fun. It's a really compact, slim pistol. I like the polymer. I like the bolt action on the side. It's super cool for a little pistol air gun. And great, you know, just for dispatching things that are caught up in the traps, or even just going out and shooting a couple squirrels. You'll see in some videos coming up. Hey, if you like this video, do me a favor guys, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see some more from this. And I'm going to be pumping out as much videos as I possibly can. Let's probably bore you a little bit with it at times, but you'll see this around more. And I hope to see you on the next one. As always, I'll see you on the next one.